love making things with my hands, but for Valentine's Day, I needed a little extra help. Oh, it's purple! Welcome back. I'm Christine. This is Mike, and I would like to introduce you to the newest monster in the courageous painting universe, Bertha. A special thanks to HTV Rand for gifting me Bertha, because without her, I wouldn't be able to make all of these amazing Valentine's Day gifts in today's video. Uh-oh, I think Mike is in love. Bertha is a heat press, and we're still getting to know each other. So while she warms up, let's get started on some designs using heat transfer vinyl. I want to keep this design simple, so I'm going to be creating the classic Be Mine heart for Valentine's Day. And this top version is definitely my favorite. I used Adobe Illustrator to create my design, and now I'm cleaning up the vector so that way there are no overlapping lines and everything cuts smoothly. Then I take my design into the cutting software and I set it up for the correct size of my shirt. After cutting and weeding the vinyl, I hand it off to Bertha, and she does all the work. Bertha is the Auto Press2, and unlike most heat presses, this one will automatically apply the pressure for you. All I have to do is set the heat, pressure, and time, and Bertha does the rest. Oh, this part is so satisfying. Let's do another one. Forget flowers and buy me art supplies. I think we all can relate to this one. I'm going to follow the same process as last time. I'm going to remove all of my overlapping lines so everything cuts smoothly. And then I'm going to bring it back into my cutting software. I'm going to let everything cut out, weed it, which is so satisfying. And now I'm going to let Bertha do the rest. I'm using a black shirt, which isn't the best idea aesthetically speaking. There's a lot of cat hair on it. If you're doing this at home, I would recommend using a lint roller before applying the vinyl. I'd also recommend putting the t-shirt into the heat press once before you apply the vinyl. That way everything is super smooth and flat. This time I'm using the Teflon sheet on top because I want to make sure that I don't damage my t-shirt. Oh, and now it's the satisfying part. This is the perfect Valentine's Day shirt for any artist. I'm keeping this one. I'm not giving this away to any of my friends. Sorry. The next design needs a monster because monsters are kind of my thing. Hi, if you're new here, I do a lot of monster art. I love getting expressive with my art. I love making sketchbook idea videos, but the monsters are one of the main ways that I love to express myself. And honestly, creating these little characters feels really courageous to me. This little monster represents my love for coffee. He doesn't have a name yet. Maybe you can help me out in the comments below. But he's a fuzzy little coffee mug because morning coffee should be cozy. His fur keeps the coffee warm, and he's always genuinely happy to see you and help you start your day with a smile. This little coffee mug is the inspiration for the Caffeinated Creature Club, the place where all the creatures in the monster universe gather twice a month to drink coffee, hang out, and wake up together. Some of the creatures show up half asleep, some of them come buzzing with ideas, and others just sit quietly in the corner, like looking around, sipping their coffee, giving everyone the evil eye until they wake up. The only rule of the Caffeinated Creature Club is that everyone is welcome exactly as they are. This little coffee creature is the perfect host of this club. Oh my gosh, I just thought of a bunch of other really fun Valentine's Day shirt ideas, like ketchup and mustard, or butter and bread monsters. Oh my gosh, and little hearts above their heads. Oh, But you see, this is the magic of the coffee monster. He just gives you a jolt with all of this inspiration and creativity. After I was done illustrating my cute little coffee mug, I brought him into Illustrator so I could finalize the design. I ended up with a few different versions of the design, but then I decided to knock out the text and make it white. Then I placed my cute little monster in the middle. I ordered this design as a direct-to-film transfer, also known as a DTF print, which Bertha here loves. Unfortunately, the shipping was delayed, so while we wait for my designs to get here, let's try out some sublimation, because not every heat press can do sublimation transfers like Bertha here. Stop! Give her space. I decided to use some of my existing designs for these sublimation prints. You might recognize some of them, especially the snow leopard and the hummingbird. The bee and the woman are from older videos, but I was curious to see how they would transfer, so I just threw them in. This is called a gang sheet, and it's really the most cost-effective way to order prints like sublimation or even DTF from another company. These have to be printed on a special printer in order for them to transfer onto the material. The first item that I want to try sublimation on is this mouse pad. And for this one, I need to make sure that it lines up with the print. So I'm going to tape it down with some heat-resistant tape, flip it over, and then let Bertha do all the work. So unlike heat transfer vinyl or DTF, which I hope we're going to see later on in this video, sublimation actually dyes the fabric. So this means that the final print will have the same texture as the fabric. There's nothing that sits on top of the fabric. All of the ink transfers into the material. The reason why I chose to feature sublimation right now is because Bertha can get up to 400 degrees. This is one of the requirements for sublimation transfers. It has to be very, very hot. The other reason why the Auto Press2 is amazing is because you can adjust the pressure. Earlier versions of this model didn't allow you to adjust that. Sublimation transfers take about 30 seconds, and once it's pressed, the design is bonded directly onto the material. It's vibrant, it's so beautiful, everything pops, it just looks amazing. Now I'm going to try out these pencil cases, but first I have to take the cover off. Everything that you sublimate has to be flat, so you want to make sure that there's no wrinkles, otherwise those will show up in the final transfer. You can tell how well this works because I accidentally transferred some of the designs onto the cushion. If you get one of these machines for yourself, I would just recommend putting down like an old t-shirt, that way you can keep the cushion clean. These all look so cool. Don't worry, I'm going to show you a close-up of everything and do a little fashion show at the end of this video. I need a new journal, so I picked up these with a white cover, and I decided to sublimate on them too. These journals are special sublimation journals because they come with the cover detached, and when you're done transferring your image, all you have to do is put the journal together. So I messed up. The ink didn't transfer correctly onto the spine of two of these journals because I forgot to put the insert inside. But that's okay. I'm still learning how all of this works. I'm gonna make mistakes. This isn't Bertha's fault at all. She's doing exactly what she's supposed to do. This was on me, not Bertha. Plus, all of the items that I'm making today are for myself, my friends. I'm not selling any of these, but I will be doing a giveaway with some of these items in a future video, so stay tuned for that. It's here! Let's open it up and make the rest of my t-shirts. In addition to the Caffeinated Creature Club design that we created together, I threw in a surprise design. Can you guess which one it is? Yep, it's the monster, love. And I threw in one of the candy bugs because I really wanted to see what it looked like on a t-shirt. Let's put these on a shirt. I finally grabbed a lint roller, so I'm starting by removing any loose fuzz. Then I'm giving the fabric a quick press to smooth everything out before applying my first design. Let's start with the Candy Bug Butterfly design. This one was so colorful, I couldn't help myself. I just needed to see it on a t-shirt. Pressure and temperature for DTF transfers can vary depending on the fabric. So if your design doesn't transfer perfectly the first time, just pop it back into the heat press for another round. It's as easy as that. And of course, everything transferred perfectly. Now, I wasn't sure about this design at first, but honestly, I'm still putting it on a shirt because this is just too much fun. I made so many Valentine's themed designs, and using this heat press is addicting, so I'm just gonna keep going. And now it's time to finally make the Caffeinated Creature Club shirt. I picked out this sweater and the other shirts that I'm using from a thrift store about, I think, 10 minutes away from me. Thrift stores are such a great place to find blanks for heat press projects, especially if you're making gifts. I just love the idea of taking something old and turning it into something really special. We ended up creating so many fun things today. If you're interested in getting your own AutoPress too, I've linked it down below with a special discount that you can only get by using my link. I love this thing so much, and I'm excited to start making more products with it. So I'm officially an affiliate, and any purchases made with the link below will help support my channel. So thank you in advance, and thank you for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next video and announce that giveaway really, really soon.